Alberta's infrastructure minister and the opposition NDP apparently agree on one thing, that the province's health minister should step down pending investigations into questionable contracts and allegations of government corruption.
What Minister Guthrie put out was a very common sense call that people who have been accused of something this serious by the CEO who is handpicked by this government cannot be in charge of their own investigation.
According to a leaked memo to his cabinet colleagues, then obtained by the CBC, Peter Guthrie believes Adriana LaGrange should be moved to an unrelated ministry. Guthrie also reportedly wrote that any evidence of criminal wrongdoing should be turned over to Mounties immediately.
That is fascinating on a number of levels. It is one thing to say that in a cabinet meeting. It's another to actually put it in writing and then having it leaked out.
This political scientist says more separation between LaGrange and other people named in the former AHS CEO's lawsuit and the investigations would not only increase public trust, there's precedence for it in other governments.
At a certain point, I have a feeling she's going to be rung loose, and it probably should have been sooner rather than later.
On her radio show this past weekend, Smith said LaGrange is doing, quote, amazing work to refocus the healthcare system. She added that thorough investigations into this matter could take 4 to 6 months. LaGrange has called some of the allegations clearly false and said she's working on a defense. Premier Danielle Smith has also denied any wrongdoing, and other UCP cabinet ministers have said they support LaGrange staying on. As for it potentially taking 6 months for the results of an investigation, the NDP says that's understandable as long as the probes are independent, thorough, and fair.
Investigation of this type needs to be taken seriously. It needs to be given the adequate time, but the government cannot investigate itself.
The NDP is calling for both the Premier and LaGrange to step aside and for a public inquiry, which so far the government has resisted. From Edmonton, Sean Amato, City News.